Hey guys, how you doing? DJ AJ101 here with a review for you guys of my Klipsch ProMedia 2.1 desktop speaker setup. Now, I have to say, on first impressions, I was a little worried about getting these speakers just because I had gone to, my top review site that I would consider, at least for me, search these bad boys up, got some reviews on them, and I had a lot of people agreeing with a lot of negative reviews, and I had a lot of people agreeing with plenty of positive reviews. And now I kind of had to make a decision whether I wanted to go with these or a Bose desktop setup I was looking at, and it was between one or the other. I either wanted to get Bose, and then once I heard about these, because I had never heard about Klipsch before in my life, and took a chance, got the Klipsch, just based on some kind of audio enthusiasts such as myself, reviews on Amazon that I considered the guys audio enthusiasts, and I kind of gotten their thoughts and read their reviews and kind of made my own judgments, and I went with these just because based on a couple of reviews that some people were actually comparing these to the Bose and saying, save yourself $100-$150, these would be $100-$150 more than the Bose were, and they said save yourself $100 some odd dollars and get these instead. These are phenomenal. They even sound better than the Bose at some levels, but they can easily compete with the Bose as far as sound goes. Now, I don't know about you, but unless I'm spending, more than $10-$20 more than $10 or $20 on a pair of desktop speakers, I kind of want the sound to be the first priority. These being $150, sound I wanted to be absolutely crucial because I am a sound, I'm a sound enthusiast, a sound-ophile. You could say that. I run my own DJing business, so I take sound very, very highly. And I can easily say these guys are up to the challenge. These are probably the best speakers I have ever heard on my desktop. And I was coming from a Logitech pair, a 5.1 setup actually, that I had with my custom built PC that I had sold with that. And, I thought those were the best I'd ever heard. And I figured, well, Bose has to be, the best ever. I don't know about that, guys, but these, I would say, easily can stack up to the Bose any day as far as headphones or desktop or even pro speakers that a lot of sound and pro audio mixers use, because these are fantastic. If you want to take a look at the front of the speaker, you can actually take off the grill, which I actually find quite helpful, just to make sure that your drivers, and these actually has two different drivers, and it has a mid-range and a tweeter driver, or high and mid driver, whatever you want to call it, but I like to call it high and mid. This is very nice. I'll tell you what, the Logitechs that I was comparing these before did not have highs and mids. It was kind of a mix, but I would probably put it more of a mid than anything. I like the fact that this has both crisp highs and crisp mids right here on the desktop, and of course the subwoofer I have right down here next to my desk. That is fantastic as well. The lows are outstanding. I don't even have the sub, I would say probably no more than just under halfway up here, and it does phenomenally. I can crank this thing up all the way. That's more than enough bass for where I'm sitting. And I guess the only thing, as long as I'm on topic of that, the subwoofer, in my opinion, does distort just a little bit if you really crank it. Other than that, unless you're really just jamming these things all the way, and I tried these things at the max, and they sound fantastic. They sound just as good, on the low end, if you have the volume down, as they do if you have this volume just cranked up to the max. So it sounds very, very good. I am very surprised at these, considering a lot of the reviews that I had said, oh, the subwoofers this and these speakers gave out, and I would say that's BS unless you're just getting a bad unit, and if you do, that's just the way packaging goes sometimes. Sometimes the bad units go out, and it's just the select few that have it, but I'm very, very glad I got a great unit, because these sound absolutely phenomenal. Just going to give you guys just a little bit of test. I'm not going to play too much here. Don't want to get yelled at by YouTube for copyright infringement, but just off of AOL radio. Okay, that was just a quick test, and I know video doesn't do justice, especially the microphone on my camera. I wouldn't consider it the absolute best as far as capturing sound, but you guys can make your own judgments. From where I'm sitting, this sounds absolutely fantastic. Highs were crisp, mids you could hear the nice deep voice, and the subwoofer just adds to the whole experience. And I'll tell you what, I finally got a chance to watch the new movie that just came out a few days ago, The Hangover, last night, digital download, HD, and I'll tell you what, these speakers, even though they sound fantastic for music, they sound phenomenal in movies. The Hangover, everything was so crisp, it was almost like being there, even though it wasn't even surround sound. So I recommend these speakers for any audio enthusiast, music enthusiast, movie buff. If you're looking for great sound, these Klipsch ProMedia 2.1s will fit the bill just fine. And I say for 150 bucks, considering I would consider them, you know, $150 lower than the Bose. Worth the money completely. Like I said, all the dials are right here on your main speaker, which can be on your right or your left side, depending if you're right or left-handed. I'm right-handed, so it's obviously going to be on my right. They work phenomenal. Subwoofer, high, low. These things are very loud. They do not distort unless I'd say you probably go past 90-95%. Keep the subwoofer at a good level. It's phenomenal. I can't recommend these more. And you know, like I said, just the final thoughts. Everything is great about them. I would just say, if you're one of the bass, you know, enthusiasts out there that just loves bass, and I know I'm pretty big on bass myself. I don't know if I'm big on it as a lot of people are that I know, but this thing does have phenomenal bass. I would just say the only thing that I can really find a negative about it is that because the subwoofer, I'm guessing because it's a little smaller, and these, I think these are only 200 watts total, is the bass does tend to distort the more you turn it up. I would say, unless you have the bass, I would say cranked past, I would say 3/4 of the way up, you're probably not going to get it to distort unless you're a really heavy bass user. But that's just from my experience, and that's just probably because it's in my room or whatever. Maybe I'm hearing a little bit different than other guys, but otherwise I cannot recommend these enough, guys. Seriously, check them out. Links, everything will be in the sidebar. The website I got these from, which is the official Klipsch website, I'll leave that link to you if you're looking for them. But trust me, my experience, they're phenomenal. If you're thinking about it and you're thinking about either the Bose or these, I would recommend these over the Bose just because of the better price. And I would say if Bose can compare to these, they, you know, these things can easily give them a run for their money. But I would say if you got a chance to try them out, if you got a chance to test them at your local electronics dealer, try that. You will not be disappointed, I think, at least with the sound. It's phenomenal, guys. But anyway, guys, this has been my review. DJ AJ 101 here. Just a couple of my quick thoughts and the review that a lot of you guys wanted to see. But I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a good one.